Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we are in Mill Hill in this lovely handleless kitchen. As you can see, this is going to be a good one. So let's just get straight into it. We'll start off at the fridge because the fridge is probably one of my favorite features in this whole kitchen. We have a Fisher Paykel French door style fridge. So we've got two doors for the fridge at the top and then a drawer at the bottom for the freezer. And then of course a filtered water dispenser in the door as well. Above the Fisher Paykel French door fridge, we've installed some cupboard units that stay in line with the rest of the units in the whole kitchen, just as we're not losing out on any storage above the fridge. It's a lot of space that we could lose if we didn't add this in. And it also kind of just builds in the fridge, so it kind of makes the fridge look a bit more integrated, even though it's a freestanding unit. Next, this may look like a larder unit. We love a larder unit at Finchley Kitchens, but we actually had uneven walls in this project. So we've put a panel across here in between the oven and the fridge to kind of disguise the uneven walls and give the illusion that there is another unit there. So this is actually a panel. Okay, so moving on to the ovens. We actually have two full-size ovens as opposed to a full-size oven and a combi here. So they're both Neff and 70 slide and hide ovens. So we love a slide and hide oven. The advantage of having a slide and hide oven, I would say, is that it's quite easy to kind of get access to your food when it's in the oven. And if you're on the shorter side or small armed side, say the oven door was open, it's a bit harder for you to access the food. With a slide and hide oven, it just makes it a little bit easier for you. So slide and hide ovens are great. And then of course, above and below the ovens, we have storage. So we have a cupboard above and a drawer below. In between the oven and the larder unit, we actually have a door that's disguised as we've used our kitchen unit paneling, and we've paneled the door to kind of disguise the utility room. So this was a smaller space, but we made the most of it storage-wise. So we've put cupboards all above. So we put cupboards above, and then we have some stacked washer dryers here as well, which we've also created a housing for with a shelf above. So this is a great place to put your washing basket. And then we have an overflow freezer because we can never have too much freezer space. And then we've got a nice small sink and just a mixer tap here because in a utility, that's all you really need. And then power socket here if you're gonna kind of cook something and not have it in the kitchen. You can have an appliance plugged in there, which is great. And then we also have a drawer unit, which can be used for your cloths and other cleaning supplies. Moving on, we're back in the kitchen now, and this is actually the larder unit. So it's on a push to open, and we have shelves and 4 drawers, and this is just a great place to keep your pantry items or your snack drawer, because let's be honest, we all need a snack drawer. And then just tap it closed again. And then we go down to the worktop. So we needed lots of worktop space in here. So we had prep area, and then we also have a very nice big island, which we'll get to later. Something else to point out in this kitchen, this is a kosher kitchen, so we have 2 of everything. So these 2 units are actually duplicated. So we have kind of cutlery, which leads into utensils, and then pots and pans, and then same thing here, but obviously one would be for milky stuff and one will be for your meaty things. And then we have a very nice Neff induction hob with a flex zone as well. So the flex zone kind of gives you the ability to split or join 2 cooking zones. So this is great if you have a big griddle pan, you can have even cooking throughout this one zone, or if you just have a really big pot, then you can also use the flex zone for cooking with your really big pot. Extractor above here, and in the extractor unit, as you can see, we've built shelving, so the extractor unit doesn't have to be wasted storage. We have the extractor in here, of course, but then we've also made the most use of adding storage into here as well, because, well, let's be honest, when I see my clients, storage is usually like almost at the top of their list, if not the very top feature that they need in their kitchen. And then again, more storage. So again, as I mentioned, this is a kosher kitchen, so we have 2 sinks, 2 dishwashers, as well as, of course, 2 ovens, and then 2 sets of drawers for all the utensils. So where are the dishwashers? We have the sinks behind me here. So we have 1 dishwasher here and then another one here. So both dishwashers are very close by to the sink, as well as having a bin close by, because we always want to keep the bin, sink and dishwasher together or very close by to each other. Just makes for a lot more functional kind of cleaning at the end of your meals. This is the sink area, of course. So we've actually put 2 550mm wide sinks in this section, and they both come under the same unit, and they're just separated by about 5 centimeters of worktop here, with 1 tap that can straddle the both sinks. And of course, if you're going to have 1 tap over 2 sinks, it's always great to have a hose, so therefore we can get to all ends of each sink. The 550 sink is one of my favorite sizes as well, because it just means if you had a big oven tray, which usually oven trays are the largest, one of the largest items we'll be washing, you can fit the oven tray in the sink and still have space either side to move it around and clean it. So have a nice bit of worktop either side of the sink, so if you wanted to kind of dry some dishes here, you have the space for that as well. We of course have both sinks undermounted, which means that we have the worktop over the sinks, and we've also taken the worktop up to the windowsill and also down the windowsill in the same stone as the rest of the kitchen. So it's just a nicer finish when you can replace your windowsill with the quartz. So if you have enough stone left over, always ask your kitchen designer if there's enough to kind of clad your windowsill in the quartz, that, or the porcelain, or could be granite, whichever stone you're using for your kitchen, use it for your windowsill. At the end of the wall units, we have this very nice open shelving unit, which can be used for wine bottle storage and your cookbooks, of course, as well as your coffee and tea station. What I like about having some open units is that if you have some guests and they come over and they want to make themselves a tea, because let's be honest, a tea or coffee might be the one thing that they're getting for themselves, they can see the kettles here, tea and coffees right above. They don't have to kind of be going through all of your drawers to make themselves a drink. So it's always nice to have a little bit of open storage if you have the space for it. Okay, so moving on to the island, this is the back side of the island where we have seating on one side, and then the other side we have some cupboard storage. So as we only needed enough seating for 3 to 4 people, there wasn't the need to kind of have an overhang for the whole island. So what we did is we had some storage, some overhang for the seating, and yeah, just more storage. So on the other side of the island here, we actually have 2 identical drawers again. So we have a nice big drawer here for plates, and then at the bottom, a nice big drawer for bowls and other utensils, and then it's just duplicated here as well. Again, because it's a kosher kitchen, we have one set of everything. So I hope you enjoyed watching this kitchen tour of one of our newest installations in Mill Hill. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe. It really helps us out. And let us know in the comments, what was your favorite feature of this kitchen? Would you do the same in your own? I think mine might be the Fisher Paykel fridge or the secret door into the utility. But let me know in the comments what's your favorite. And of course, if you enjoyed watching this one, I definitely suggest to watch this one next. To keep up to date with our latest projects, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.